in terms of either postponement of a few deals that they had hinted and indicated a few weeks ago to hit their top line. I think this has been far worse than what the street was probably expecting at this point of time. Even the constant currency growth is lesser than most consensus estimates on the street, and so is the dollar revenue growth. The dollar revenue has hardly grown, as you rightly pointed out. What has happened to the bottom line needs to be seen carefully line by line, but largely I think the top line growth has been disappointing for TCS.
Yeah, this is the largest IT company. It sets the benchmark for the space, so to say, and I think this quarter isn't the best. Now, Urmil Shah is also with us. Sunita Nagpal from our desk is also with us. Sunita, let me first come to you. I have the broad brush numbers, but anything that you've picked out which you specifically would want to point out? Okay, I think we just getting that audio correct. Sunita, just stay on. I am not getting your audio. Maybe I should go across to Urmil for his initial thoughts. Urmil, your take. Great bottom line number, exceptional bottom line number. Margins have sprung a surprise, but the revenue number isn't the best. How would your first take on the results?
So my first take on the result is clearly a miss because this generally is seasonally a very strong quarter. We weren't expecting it to be as strong as in the previous years, but a 1% constant currency growth on a Q-on-Q basis is definitely a big miss. More importantly, because the second half in this year is not going to be a normal second half with seasonal weakness. We are yet to see the full impact of Brexit on the IT spend, and plus you will also have the US election, which is an important monitorable. So the exit rate in this quarter definitely puts a pressure for the growth for the full year.
Okay, I think now Sunita is with us, and then we'll get to Ravi for his thought as well. But Sunita, to you first, anything else that you've picked out that we're missing on right now?
Other than the revenue, which has been clear disappointment, this is the slowest growth I think in many years that we've seen in quarter two, which is seasonally a strong quarter. Other than that, digital continues to do well for the company. The contribution from digital is 16.1 versus 15.9% in the previous quarter. So we have been seeing growth, and if you remember the recent commentary from the management in their interactions with the analysts, they have said that although the macro environment is uncertain right now as far as US BFSI space is concerned, but they are very bullish that the digital is the way and digital is going to drive growth going forward. So looks like that seems to be panning out, but we'll have to watch out for the commentary from the management whether this sluggishness is likely to last in the second half of the year. Remember when they talked about FY17 being not great year, they talked about FY16 exit rate being poor. So if FY17 or exit rate also is likely to be poor, we might see this going into the next year, because remember most of the analysts believe that FY18 will be much better for TCS.
Okay, thanks for that, Sunita, and I'm sure you will have more points to make as well. Rahul Jain is also with us, but Ravi Menon, to you, does this put a big question mark on what TCS can do for the year as a whole? I think Urmil was making an important point that the second half is laced with uncertainties. US, UK and a few other places. So does this put a big question on what the biggest Indian IT exporter can do in the year, when NASSCOM has said that the companies by and large will probably do just about double-digit growth?
So I just took a look at the fact sheet and the breakup to see what's really caused the drag on revenue, and it seems like it's mostly from India. So the core geographies have actually not done too badly. So North America has done about 1.4%, and Europe 3.7%. In India, that's down 7.6%. So I don't think people will really be too worried about this particular quarter's slow growth. I think that people will take the margin surprise as a positive, and considering that the declines happened in India, take that as a one-off.
Okay, so this is of course the verdict for TCS. Remember, and I'll just scratch that point a bit further with Ravi as well.